Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you my 2021 haul for coloring book and supplies for the month of October. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. All right, guys, so there's actually a lot more coloring books to feature than I thought. I don't know if it was tantrum shopping or if I was just sulking or if I was just feeling spendy. No, I definitely was feeling spendy. But we're going to start with the supplies since there's less of those, and then we'll work our way to our coloring books. I did get this Art glitter gel pen packs from Amazon. It's 100 glitter gel pens, and I'm not going to lie, I love these things. So, and I'm sorry for the glare. It does Velcro together. It also opens up. My desk is too small. I can't really show you that. But I don't swatch anything. And for some things, that's fine. For other things, not so much. And so in some of my pages for this past month, I've had colors on there that I wasn't anticipating, but I'm very much okay, well, that's what it's going to be now. But I love it. It's in the order that it came. I did not change it up. It's a little weird to me because you've got your yellows and your greens, and then your more yellows and your greens. But again, I'm not going to mess with it. And I don't have a problem just flipping through and then just choosing a pen and hoping it's the kind of color that I wanted. But I think they work really well. They're very glitter-tastic. Some of them are more transparent. Some of them are more opaque. I couldn't tell you which ones. That's sort of the kind of things I discover as I'm going on. And this one right here is clear. So whatever you put this on, it'll show the color underneath. And this is probably one of my favorite from the set. Now, not gonna lie, I thought I had ordered the Temet ones. My girl Poet had recommended those. And then I got these and I realized it was just one of those things that I thought I ordered something and I didn't. That happened with one of the coloring books as well, but I am absolutely happy with them. And I would definitely recommend and purchase these again. But these are the Art glitter gel pens. Now, these are a recent acquisition, like in the last week, so I haven't used them much. These are the Shuttle Art Art Tone Skin Tone markers. I believe they're alcohol markers. I'm pretty sure that they are. You guys know that I love me some skin tones. I can actually show you what they look like. They are very thin. Like I said, I haven't played around much with these, and I'm going to need to find a way to store these because I don't like this box right here. So yeah, I can't tell you how they work. I can't tell you if they yellow or not, but once I play around with this, then I can definitely give you my thoughts when I do my completed pages for November. But this I did purchase this month. I kept the packaging for this, and again, I'm sorry for the glare, but I did pick up these 6 watercolor brushes from Arteza. This is from Amazon. I've got 2 of them here, and I had seen this on Erica of Elm Colors, and I was quite intrigued. I think they work fabulous, and maybe I can show you without making a mess. They are a lot easier to fill to me than some of the other water brush pens I have, and they come in a lot of different sizes. So if you can see this one, I think this is the biggest one that they have, or maybe next to the biggest one. And I love that for big washes of color that there are some of the choices like this. But I definitely enjoy these. I used them both with ink tints that I had washed out as well as just actual watercolors, and I thought they were great. So I'm going to put this back into my recycle container. I did pick up these. I've taken them out, but Tombow had dropped the price on their alcohol markers. When my brother bought me that gray set for the 12 pieces, I think he paid $70 for it, which is extravagant, but it was his money, no problem. Well, no problem for me. But then they dropped the price to $46.99, and then they were having a buy one, get one for free. And so I'm like, oh, well, I love Tombows. So I purchased these 2 here. Now, I'm quite quite disappointed with both of these. Now, it isn't the colors. I think the colors are fabulous, but they feel dry. So I don't know if they dropped the price because the quality isn't that good or because they're old. I'm not exactly sure what it is. And I reached out to them to let them know that, and they reached out that they want swatches. Well, swatches are inherently misleading because when I did a swatch tester page, and I can show you, which is this right here, when you just open it and swatch it, yeah, it was nice, it was juicy. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was just me, maybe I was wrong. And then I went to color with them, and once you get past that initial swatch, well, then it feels really dry. Now, I'm glad I didn't pay full price because I would be super bummed by it. I mean, they still work. I just think they're going to be dead in a few uses. When my 12-piece gray set, some of them have gone out because I've used them a lot, but otherwise they're still going strong. So I don't know that I'm going to be purchasing any more Tombow alcohol-based markers, just because, I mean, $46 is still a lot of money. I'm glad it was a buy one, get one, because then this would have been $90-something and I wouldn't have purchased it anyway. But yeah, I was disappointed, and I actually wrote a bad review because the swatch charts that I could send does not give a good indication of the actual usage of the pens, because unless you're just highlighting something and you're just doing a swatch, they're misleading to me. So yeah, I did purchase these. I don't know that I would purchase them again, but these are the Tombow Alcohol Pro alcohol-based markers. And then the last supply that I purchased for the month are these Castle Art 72 color pencils. Now, I had mentioned that I was going to buy one of those other curated sets, but I did not realize how cheap Castle Art pencils are on their website. They are a lot cheaper than Amazon, and there was no shipping cost. At least I don't think so. I had seen someone on Instagram say that they were having a 50% off sale in October. I'm like, well, let me just check it out. They can't be that much cheaper. So on Amazon, these would run you about $45 to $50, I think. I got them for $19. That's cheaper than the 24-piece sets that I purchased from Amazon. And so if I'm going to get more Castle Art products, I'm just going to go to their website because it's just a lot cheaper. Now, these I have not taken out. So these are still in the order that I received them in. I'm going to need to finagle some of that, but I was right in the, because this came like towards the ending of October, and I just did not have time to be messing with putting pencils away because I just had so many pages that I wanted to complete. But I am very happy at the price. I got this within a week, and the customer service was fantastic. So yep, 72 pieces. I know they're going to be duplicates of some of the colors that I already have. I didn't feel the need to get, I think, the 120 set just because I don't know that the Castle Arts are going to be my go-to pencils. I know I enjoy them, and I do have a lot more colors than in the color palettes that I already had. But yeah, I picked this up from castlearts.com, and it was at a fantastic price. Now, if you watched my completed pages video, you know I finally got this book. And this is the reason why I did some tantrum shopping, because it just took forever to get it. And then apparently I've done some sulking shopping because, I don't know, I was in a mood. But this is My Travels Through Europe by Rita Berman. And I think for many of us, especially if you pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered this a few days after my birthday, so late in July, and this wasn't going to be released until August 27th. So it wasn't like I ordered it the week of or the day of. I had no expectations that it would be getting to me on the day of the release. I live in Hawaii. It has to come halfway across the world. But this did not get to me until, I believe, October 15th. Something like that. It was definitely in the month of October, and it was a little disappointing. And by the time it was on Amazon, it had already gone into processing. I got an email, I think, on September 15th that it was processed and shipped. And then, yes, I must have gotten it October 15th because it took a month to get here. I don't know what's going on with Book Depository, but I don't know that I'm going to be shopping from them again, just because I understand things take a long time, but for the other two that I will be showing you in a little bit, I understood it's going to take a long time, but they came in within a month. It's coming from the UK. I don't know why you would have a pre-order and continue to take pre-orders if you know you only have a certain number of books and you have more orders than your books. I don't understand that mentality, but I wasn't happy with the process, but I love this book. This is a whip that I started, and of the Rita Berman books that I've seen, because I only have the summer one, this is my absolute favorite. If the little postcards show up on Amazon, I'm going to get them too. I know some people don't like them because they are just a zoom of some of the pages, but I actually, all of the ones that I've seen, I think they're beautiful. But I haven't done as much in this as I'd like. I just had a lot of other stuff going on. But I am finally so happy that I have my hands on this coloring book right here by Rita Berman, My Travels Through Europe. These were the other two books that I purchased from Book Depository. This is, and I've seen different names of it, but it's either A Girl in the Forest or Life in the Woods, but this is by Chiaka Ida. And this is little postcards, although not really. So it's two images for most of this, but it's very thin paper, not like Create Space thin, but it isn't heavyweight postcard paper like you would think, but the images are absolutely beautiful. Now, I do have one that I've colored, but I cut out, but I thought that the Caran d'Ache Lumis and my Prismas worked beautifully on this paper. So because it's essentially single-sided, you could actually use alcohol markers, but because the images are so small, I think I might just keep this as a pencil work. And this I ordered and received in October, so it did take about 3 weeks, but again, it's coming from England, so I get it. And then the other one I ordered was this. Now, I was inspired by DeSantos' art. She had done a flip through and I wanted it, and the reason I purchased it from Book Depository and not Amazon, and it's dumb and I don't know if I like it, is because it has the U. This is the UK version of the Enchanted Forest. The images are exactly the same. But this paper, one, it's not even yellowed. It's more like a tanny cream. And also, it feels different. It feels different from the US ones, which makes sense. It's published by a different company. Oh, I think the publisher on this is this company, because the publisher on the Inky and the Ivy, or the Ivy and the Inky that I picked up for my friend Susie, who lives in the UK, is by Virgin Books. Maybe that's why the paper is different. Oh yeah, this is Lawrence King Publishing. And I did a little bit of tester here, and again, I don't know if I like this paper. I don't know that I like the color of the paper, and then I don't know that I like the feel of the paper, but I'm really against buying doubles. So yeah, I don't know, because I love the artwork in here, but I might have to test more pencils. Joanna Basford books are generally pencil work for me. I guess glitter gel pens would work as well. But yeah, it's weird. It's a weird color, and it's super smooth. I don't need it to be super burnished, so it doesn't bother me that there's white space, but I also don't want the paper to fight me. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I might just get the English or the American version, where I know the paper is going to be more comparable to my other Joanna Basford books, and then use this to collage or something in it, because I won't color the same image twice. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. But these two I did purchase, so it's Joanna Basford's Enchanted Forest, and then Life in the Woods by Chiaka Ida, and both of these were from Book Depository. I picked this one up from Amazon. This is because it was a prompt in Sarah's Coloropoly for the month of October, at least a prompt for me. And this is just 100 greatest hits. I've mentioned this a couple of times. This is not my favorite. And the only reason I will come to this book is either I get a roll of Jade Summer as a prompt, or I'm looking for something specific and I can't find it anywhere else. But I don't own any other Jade Summer books, and just flipping through this, it doesn't make me want to buy any other Jade Summer books. Now, this is one of the ones when I mentioned when I was talking about the glitter gel pens. For whatever reason, I thought I had bought a grayscale book. I definitely prefer grayscale over just line art. And then when I got it, I'm like, oh. And then when I looked at my order, I'm like, oh, that was just me. So I don't know what was going on with my brain that day, because I purchased those two things at the same time. But yeah, this is the Greatest Hits 100 Best Coloring Pages by Jade Summer. Now, I hope I can get this all on screen. I will be doing a flip through this, probably filming it right after this. And this might actually come up before this video, so I might do the flip through before I do the whole video. But I was watching Danny of Danny Buttons, and there's a website that she found called Lyrica. It's a French book website, and you can get some books there, coloring books that are really inexpensive. This took about 2 weeks to get to me, and I thought that was fantastic. This, I believe, is a new release. I don't know if it's a new release from this coloring book or if the artist edition is the new release. It is called Ville Sauvage by Lucille Clerc, and I definitely have some thoughts about this. Now, fortunately, it is not a flip like that. It still flips like regular coloring books are, but I think this is glue bound. It's also more of a cream page, but it is very thick. So I think water mediums will work well, but because it is glue bound, I don't know if the pages will eventually want to pop out. And it is a lot of things that I enjoy. Again, I'm hoping it's in frame. It is only single-sided. It is very thick, but it gives me sort of the Jen Katz Holmes, Sweet Homes book. It gives me sort of Rita Berman vibes, but it's just very natural, and then architecture. I have not worked in this book yet. I'm thinking watercolors would work great, or Inktense would work great as well, because there's lots of little spaces. I think Inktense, at least for me, work better when it's little versus big spaces. But yeah, I'll be doing a flip through of this book. I think it cost either between $15 or $18. It is, I thought it was a Hachette Heroes book, but I guess it isn't. I did have 2 other ones that I ordered, but after a week they were still processing, so I just canceled them. But if I'm going to look for any of those Hachette Hero books, I definitely would look at this website. It is a bit hard because most everything is in French, but if you've already seen flip throughs of things and you can't find it, or if it's expensive on Book Depository or Amazon, then I would absolutely recommend looking here. And because if you search in English, you're not going to find anything, I would recommend that you either search by colorier or coloriage, and then that's just basically their word for coloring book. And then you'll get a lot more hits. Yeah, colorier or coloriage. But this is Ville Sauvage by Lucille Clerc. I have these right here, all from Amazon. First one is She Said It Best by Jane Austen. I was definitely inspired by Pixie of Pixie Projects because I had seen it in her collection video. And this to me also gives me a lot of Rita Berman vibes. And I like that I don't feel it necessary to put a background. Plus the page is small. And so to me, this is one of those quick colorings. It's single-sided. The page is actually, it's not bad. So it definitely would handle alcohol markers. I've yet to use that. But because it is rather small, I could still do pencil work and not feel like I'm going to have to put a lot of time and effort into it. But I think it's a really pretty book. Pixie had shown another one, but this is the one that I gravitated towards. This is Surreal Fantasy by Ikuko. I had seen this on someone's channel. I don't know whose. It is double images. I think it's 25 or 20 or 25 images, and then you get repeats. But this back section is based with black paper, and then you get the exact same images but on white backed paper. I did finish one here. I think that looks really pretty, and there is no shading done by me. This is due to the grayscale of the picture, and I think it looks great. And I do have some watercolors set up for the month of November with my friend Deb. But this is Surreal Fantasy by Ikuko. And this just came this week, the last week of October, and this is Steampunk Darlings. My girl Poet, she said this is the only Hannah Lynn book that she has. So other than the Hannah Lynn pictures that I have in some of the Coloring Heaven books, this is the only one that I have. This does come in doubles. It's a little weird to me that the doubles are back to back. But I mean, that's fine. But I do like the images on here. And as I mentioned in my completed pages videos, I know most people color the entire eye color for that, but I will be not doing that because I don't like the look of it. But I like that a lot of these are very detailed. I don't actually lean towards the steampunk genre, but I also don't mind it. So this is Steampunk Darlings by Hannah Lynn. I did pre-order this from Amazon, and it came this past week. I have Worlds Within Worlds as well as Mythomorphia, and I don't have any of his other books. I don't feel the need to collect all of his books, but this I thought was a good compilation of some of those other books, and I liked a lot of the images. I think the one that sold me on this book, though, was this one right here. The paper, I don't know, I'll have to do some testing, but it seems like it's the same paper as his other books. And I did notice that my guy is in here. Now, this is one of the ones I do not ever feel the need to color the same picture twice. So, oh, yeah, and I'm not really drawn to this one either, because I'm like, oh, well, I can do this one in alcohol markers. But yeah, this one doesn't seem that interesting to me. So yeah, this is one of the books where more than likely I'm not going to color everything. I'm just going to color what I want, because I know some people want to complete all of their books. Who has the time for that? So I'll definitely pick the ones that I like. But this is my third Kirby Roseanne's Kaleidomorphia. I believe he's coming out with an actual brand new book in 2022. I'm tempted to do the pre-ordering route, but that doesn't seem to work for me. So I might just wait to see flip-throughs of other people and then decide whether or not I want to get it. And the reason I say that, he is not an auto buy for me, because his Fragile Worlds book, it's absolutely beautiful, but I have no interest in coloring animals in that fashion. If you have animals with other stuff that makes it interesting, sure, but just coloring the animal itself, yeah, no interest in that whatsoever. But this is Kaleidomorphia. I did pick this from Amazon. I do need to put my label on here so that I remember that, and that's by Kirby Roseanne's. And the last book I got for the month of October, I'm currently filming on Halloween, and this literally came today. This is because of Poet. She does have all three. This is Gnomes in the Neighborhood, and I have to say, I've been resisting buying any of these books because I didn't think I like them. These little gnome guys, the little mermaids and the little fairies, they just look weird to me. And yet, when I was flipping through this, I'm like, this is such a weird and quirky book that I want to color all the pages. I'm kind of bummed that I didn't have it earlier, but I'm kind of happy that I have it now. I might even purchase the mermaids one, and you guys know I hate coloring water. I don't know if I just don't like coloring the color blue. I don't know what it is. Because, you know, give me all the greens, give me all the leaves, and yeah, no problem. Give me water, and like, oh, I hate my life. But this is such a fun and cute book. It's single-sided, so I can use alcohol markers, and more because I do color quite a bit, alcohol markers seem to be my go-to just because it makes the page go by quicker. And it's not like I'm in a race to finish, it's just usually I'm in the race against two things. I'm in the race against pain because I only have so much time before my right side just hurts. But I'm also in a race against boredom because once I get bored, it gets really hard for me to finish anything. And so if I can put a lot of color on a page by way of alcohol marker, then it just I'm fighting those two things in the best way that I can. But yeah, I got this from Amazon. I know you can get it a lot cheaper on Book Outlet, but I've never used them. I don't know if they cost an arm and a leg for shipping, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll just get it from Amazon. I want to say she's also coming out with a new book in 2022. Like I said, I'm tempted to get the other two. I'm getting to the point where I'm running out of room. I'm already on 3 bookshelves, but also I'm forgetting that I have certain books. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I have that one and I have that one. And I don't want to get to that point because I'm not a collection or a collector. I want to color in all of my books. Now, there's no way I can color in all of my books every single month, but it's getting to the point where it could be 6 months before I get back to something. And I don't want to keep adding to it so that duration comes even longer. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I think unless there's something spectacular, I'm going to try to do a no buy for the last 2 months of the year. Well, the caveat on that is 1, there has to be something spectacular, or 2, it's only coloring books I'm talking about. I'll do what I want in all of my other hobbies, but with coloring books, I'm thinking I'm going to just keep it as is and just see where I'm at the end of the year when I do my next 6-month collection video, and then just see how much I've completed. Because I mean, that's the whole thing, right? You see collection videos, you see haul videos, and like, oh, I would love to color that, or I'd love to color that, or I'd love to color that. But then the next question I need to start asking myself is, yeah, but when are you going to do that? Now, they wait on me. I don't feel pressure to color in my things, but I also know that there are so many books that I'm looking at right now that I absolutely love, that I'd like to give a lot more love to. So I just, it's hard. It's really hard, but I'm hoping I'm at a place where, yeah, I'm just going to throw my dollars at something else. I'm actually going to be doing a video in the first week of November, and you'll see what I mean by throwing my money at something else. But this is the last coloring book in this haul. Do you guys have any of these books? Now, I'm going to try to go light on my butter colors, but if there's anything in here that you see that you also have, DM me on Instagram, and if we can't set something up for November, because again, I don't know how much color I'm actually going to get done, then we certainly can set something up for December. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.